But for him to jump up and say Angel Reese is top 5 is literally insane. It's a joke. It has to be a joke. Shaq, you are tripping. I know you're not serious. I know you're not serious. You can't be serious. You're calling a woman top 5 who can't make layups. She's shooting 30% from the floor. She's shooting 31% on layups.
There are controversial sports opinions, and then there are statements so explosive that they instantly divide an entire fan base. When Shaq publicly elevated Angel Reese into a top 5 conversation, the reaction wasn't mild disagreement. The reaction was disbelief, because this isn't just about Angel Reese. This isn't just about Shaq. This is about credibility. Shaq built his reputation as one of basketball's greatest minds and most dominant players. Angel Reese built her reputation as one of the most recognizable young stars in women's basketball. But when Shaq connected those two worlds by placing Angel Reese among the elite players in the WNBA, the basketball community immediately began asking a simple question: does the production actually match the praise? The controversy exploded because Angel Reese represents one of the most fascinating stories in modern basketball. Angel Reese generates headlines. Angel Reese generates engagement. Angel Reese generates television ratings. Angel Reese generates debate. But being one of the biggest names in basketball and being one of the 5 best players in basketball are two completely different conversations. That's where the tension begins. Because when Shaq says Angel Reese belongs in that rare air, fans immediately compare Angel Reese against established superstars. They compare Angel Reese against MVP winners. They compare Angel Reese against franchise cornerstones. They compare Angel Reese against players who dominate offensively, defensively, and consistently every single night. And suddenly, what began as praise transforms into scrutiny. Every rebound gets analyzed. Every missed shot gets magnified. Every offensive possession becomes evidence. The moment Shaq made that statement, Angel Reese was no longer being evaluated as a promising young player. Angel Reese was being evaluated as a supposed top 5 superstar. And that's where this entire controversy truly begins.
So we sit back and say, okay, Shaq saying she top 5. I'm about to really watch her. I'm going to really pay attention. And then when you start really paying attention, you go, God damn, she missed a lot of layups. Damn, she can't shoot. Okay, she plays some defense, she rebound. That's not a top 5 player. That's not top 5, bruh. I'm sorry. You guys put her in spaces that she don't belong. She's not top 5.
The immediate fallout from Shaq's comments was predictable. Fans started watching Angel Reese differently, not because Angel Reese changed, because the expectations changed. When a player is labeled as developing talent, people celebrate growth. When a player is labeled top 5, people expect dominance. That distinction matters. Angel Reese has become one of the league's premier rebounders. Angel Reese consistently impacts possessions through effort, physicality, and relentless energy. Angel Reese has carved out a valuable role through hustle and determination. But top 5 players are measured by a completely different standard. Top 5 players take over games. Top 5 players force defensive adjustments. Top 5 players become the focal point of scouting reports. Top 5 players consistently create offense under pressure. That is why Shaq's statement ignited such a fierce reaction. The debate quickly shifted away from Angel Reese's strengths and focused on Angel Reese's weaknesses. Every missed layup became a talking point. Every inefficient shooting performance became evidence. Every offensive limitation became part of a larger argument. The problem for Angel Reese is that the conversation stopped being about potential and started becoming about ranking. And rankings create conflict. Because once Angel Reese enters a top 5 discussion, fans naturally compare Angel Reese to players like A'ja Wilson, Breena Stewart, Nafisa Collier, and other established stars who have spent years proving themselves at the highest level. Those comparisons are brutal, not because Angel Reese lacks talent. Because those players represent the absolute peak of professional basketball. The result was a narrative shift. Instead of discussing how much Angel Reese has improved, people started asking whether Angel Reese deserved to be mentioned alongside MVP-caliber players. That is the unintended consequence of extreme praise. Sometimes praise doesn't protect a player. Sometimes praise places a spotlight on every flaw. And after Shaq's comments, that spotlight became brighter than ever.
Is already better than Angel Reese. There's about 3 to 4 Starting power forwards that Angel Reese is better. Angel Reese is like the 9th, 10th best power forward, starting power forward in the league right now. She's like the 9th best power forward starting. We just got to keep it real. So she's not even top 5 in her position, but you just calling her top 5. Stop it. Because when y'all make us go and take a deep dive.
The most interesting part of this controversy isn't statistics, it's psychology, because Angel Reese now occupies one of the most difficult positions in professional sports. Angel Reese is expected to be both a developing player and a finished superstar at the same time. That's almost impossible. Historically, young stars entering professional leagues are allowed to grow quietly. They develop skills, they improve weaknesses, they gain experience. They make mistakes without becoming the center of every national debate. Angel Reese doesn't have that luxury. Every game becomes a referendum. Every performance becomes a headline. Every mistake becomes content. That pressure changes everything. The mental challenge for Angel Reese isn't simply improving her game. The mental challenge for Angel Reese is navigating expectations that may be arriving faster than development naturally occurs. History shows that many great players faced similar situations. Young stars often become victims of their own popularity. The more famous they become, the less patience people have. The bigger the spotlight gets, the harder it becomes to separate potential from production. Angel Reese finds herself in exactly that situation. Meanwhile, Shaq's endorsement only intensified the pressure. Because now every strong performance is viewed as validation. Every weak performance is viewed as contradiction. Every game becomes evidence for one side of the argument. That creates a difficult environment for any athlete, especially an athlete still building her offensive identity. Angel Reese remains a highly productive rebounder. Angel Reese remains a highly competitive defender. Angel Reese remains one of the most recognizable figures in women's basketball. But the question surrounding Angel Reese has shifted dramatically. People are no longer asking what Angel Reese can become. They're asking whether Angel Reese already belongs among the elite. And those are very different questions.
With her being one of the best 3 rebounders in the league, her coach is doing everything he can to move her away from the basket on offense. What does that tell you? Somebody that gets as many offensive rebounds as her and all of this stuff and her coach is trying to get her away from the rim on offense. He's trying to spin it as a point forward thing when really he just don't want her around the basket so she don't keep trying to make layups and she can't.
The long-term implications of this debate extend far beyond a single comment from Shaq. Because franchise-building decisions are influenced by perception, media coverage is influenced by perception, fan expectations are influenced by perception. Angel Reese's value to a team goes beyond statistics. Angel Reese brings visibility. Angel Reese brings attention. Angel Reese brings engagement. That matters in modern sports. But championship teams ultimately require something else. They require role clarity, and that's where the biggest question emerges. What is Angel Reese's ideal role? If Angel Reese is viewed as an elite rebounder and defensive force, teams can build around those strengths. If Angel Reese is expected to become a primary offensive superstar immediately, the pressure increases dramatically. The coaching decisions mentioned throughout this debate reveal something important. Organizations are constantly trying to maximize player strengths while minimizing weaknesses. That process takes time. The danger of the top 5 label is that it skips steps. It assumes the final version of Angel Reese has already arrived, but player development rarely works that way. The reality is that Angel Reese's future remains unwritten. Angel Reese could continue expanding her offensive game. Angel Reese could become a more efficient scorer. Angel Reese could evolve into a complete two-way force. Those possibilities absolutely exist, but those possibilities are different from current reality. That's why Shaq's comments generated such a powerful reaction. The debate was never just about Angel Reese. The debate was about where Angel Reese stands today versus where Angel Reese might stand tomorrow. And in professional sports, that distinction changes everything.